The phone rang at 2:17 a.m., unknown number. I answered anyway. A man's voice, rough, confident. "We have your girl. Forget she ever existed." Silence stretched like a knife against my throat. My daughter, taken from her college dorm. I didn't breathe, didn't blink. Finally, I said, flat, controlled, "You have made a grave mistake." He laughed, low, cruel. "And why's that?" "Because I am the man the Pentagon called Ghost." The line went dead. I stared at the shadows of my living room, the clock ticking too loud. My pulse slowed, not quickened. Fear didn't come. Rage did. A slow burn beneath my ribs. A storm caged behind my chest. 60 minutes, that's what I gave him. At 59, my second phone lit up. The secure line. The FBI director. "Ghost, what the hell are you doing?" His voice shook. "For God's sake!" But I was already gone. Every mission I'd ever run for my country had rules, lines I couldn't cross, boundaries that kept the monster leashed. But family was never part of those rules. They thought I'd retired, folded into civilian life like a ghost dissolving into mist. But ghosts don't vanish, they wait. I thought of my daughter, her quiet smile, the way she argued with professors, always too sharp for her own good. Now she was leverage, a pawn, used against me. And in that realization came the betrayal. Not just strangers. Someone had mapped my life, known my history. My enemies didn't guess, they knew. This wasn't random, which meant the knife wasn't just in my back. It had been placed there by someone close enough to know where to drive it. I didn't rage, I didn't shout, I moved. Phone records, satellite pings, surveillance grids only a ghost could access. Each second passed with surgical precision. Every keystroke pulled me closer. Every silence was another scream buried in my skull. I thought of her sitting in that room, bound, terrified. I imagined her asking the question no child should. "Will my father come?" Yes, I would, but not as a father, as something worse. Through the data, I saw patterns. Burners lit and gone. A van rerouted off-grid. A warehouse near the docks flagged 3 months earlier by Homeland. I knew the scent of a trap. I also knew I had no choice but to walk into it. The clock was bleeding away. 50 minutes, 40, 30. Inside, I was fire. Outside, I was ice. At 22 minutes, I intercepted a live feed. Cameras inside the warehouse. My daughter, blindfolded, hands bound, and beside her, not strangers, a face I knew, trusted, my wife. Leaning close to the man with the gun, whispering, smiling. The betrayal burned cold. This wasn't about ransom. This wasn't random. It was her. The footage froze me in place, not from shock, but from the finality of it. Every late-night text, every unexplained absence, every time she deflected questions with warmth too rehearsed. And there it was, the blade buried deep. I didn't storm the warehouse. I didn't fire a shot. I made one call, to the same FBI director who begged me to stand down. I gave him coordinates, codes, proof. When the raid came, she wasn't a victim. She was in cuffs. And I was there, standing in the shadows, unseen, as the truth wrapped around her throat. Her eyes found mine across the chaos, wide, betrayed that I had betrayed her. I said nothing, just let her drown in the realization I'd known all along, long before she thought I did. She had played me, but I had written the rules of the game. They took her away screaming. My daughter collapsed into my arms. I held her, but my mind was elsewhere. People think the worst pain comes from loss. They're wrong. The worst pain comes from revelation, when the mask slips and you see what's been beside you all along. I didn't mourn her betrayal. I dissected it, filed it away like another operation complete. Because I am Ghost, and ghosts don't grieve. And tonight, I became hers. She thought she had buried me in lies, but all she did was raise the dead.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.